Capricorn, welcome to Andromeda Skies Tarot. I have your November love reading here. Just so you know, Capricorn, this is a general reading. It may not resonate for every single Capricorn out there. So if you find that you don't resonate, go ahead and try your sun, moon, or rising sign, any of those three, to see if you do. Cross watchers, keep in mind that sometimes the energies can be for you rather than the person that you're watching for. So make sure you're applying the energies how they fit. So this is for Capricorn. What is going on with Capricorn? What do they need to know? What is going on in their love life? What is going on between them and their person? Please help me guide Capricorn for their highest good. Alright, so we're starting off here with codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so this card is very similar to the devil energy in the tarot. This can represent someone who has unhealthy habits or behaviors. Okay, so as well as feelings. So it could be jealousy, it can be possessiveness, obsessiveness, things like that. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, so this person, they like your high standards, okay? When you put yourself first, when you don't let people walk all over you, things like that. Setting boundaries as well. And I have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Okay? So you have someone from the past returning. Please clarify this reading for Capricorn. What's going on in their situation? This is for Capricorn. Alright, and on the bottom of the deck here we have the Page of Swords. Now the Page of Swords is an investigator. This is someone who is seeking out some kind of information. It can represent a student. So in the reverse position, this can represent someone who has completed a course of study, but also this is someone who is looking for some kind of information. In the reverse position, they're not finding what they're looking for. This can sometimes represent a little bit of a spy energy, so someone who's kind of trying to keep an eye on you. In the reverse position here, they're not finding the information they're looking for. Maybe they don't have enough people that they know that are around you to ask questions. Maybe they don't have access to your social media, things like that. But, you know, they have a lot of questions. They want to know what's going on with you, but for whatever reason, they feel like they can't find this information. Alright, we have the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is all about moving on from adversity, moving on from tough times into calmer waters. Okay, sometimes this can represent some kind of travel or relocating, possibly. So some of you could have moved recently, but this can also represent kind of leaving some tough times in the past. I have Temperance. Now, Temperance is all about patience and moderation, as well as healing. This is Sagittarius's energy, so some of you could be involved with a Sagittarius. In the reverse position, this is kind of losing patience. It can represent kind of giving up on a situation. I do have this coming out right next to the Six of Swords, so kind of, you know, maybe we feel like we waited for somebody for a really long time. We were really patient with them, but for whatever reason, things didn't improve, and so kind of with a heavy heart, we move on into a different direction. I have the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands represents conflict. It can represent fighting, as well as game playing. and competition. Okay, so you could have been in a situation where maybe you were competing, or you felt like you were competing with other people for your person's attention. Maybe you felt like they were playing a lot of games. And the reverse position, this is avoiding that. We don't want to play games with anybody. We don't want to compete. We don't want to fight. So we're trying to resolve this conflict, possibly by removing ourselves from the situation. I have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is a motherly energy, so you could have children with your person. This is someone who is very responsible, very practical, very patient. Again, patience, all right? So I feel like that's an important energy here. So as an earth sign Capricorn, this can represent your energy and perhaps losing patience in your situation. All right. This can also represent someone who is perhaps more focused on their finances at this time to build up their finances. I have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords represents a painful ending as well as a betrayal. So you could have been in a situation where you felt like your person betrayed you in some way. Things might have ended rather abruptly with this person as well. And I feel like the separation that occurred between you and your person might not have been exactly pretty. I have the Tower in the reverse. So the Tower is, chaos, destruction, as well as some kind of sudden change or some kind of surprise. It doesn't necessarily have to be something terrible, but oftentimes it's an uncomfortable change that kind of rocks our foundations a bit. In the reverse position, however, the Tower gives us an opportunity to rebuild. This tower has collapsed, and now we have a clean slate to start over. And I have this coming out right underneath the Six of Swords. So we have moved on from some tough times, from a tough situation, and now we have this beautiful clean slate to start fresh on and rebuild something new. I have the Ten of Cups. Now, the Ten of Cups is a beautiful, happily ever after energy. This is the gold at the end of the rainbow. This is what we all hope to achieve at some point in our life. With this card showing up in your reading again, there could be children with you and your person. You could have had a family together, because this can represent home and family life, as well as complete emotional fulfillment. And I feel like that's what we're trying to achieve here. We want to achieve a happy and healthy, harmonious home life. So some of you might have actually relocated and are starting from scratch to achieve this goal of having like a harmonious environment. I have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So now we have counterparts on the table. So it's possible that both you and your person are an earth sign. That's a possibility here. But sometimes when I get couples here on the table and they're both in the reverse, it's showing me that there's some kind of miscommunication. It's like they've turned their backs on each other. All right, they're like facing away from each other here. So there's some kind of disconnect, some kind of miscommunication, or an unwillingness to work together. Like something has come between the two of you. And for some of you, it could be a literal addiction. Someone might have been struggling with substance abuse, but it could just be unhealthy habits or behaviors that were putting some kind of toxicity into your connection with this person. I have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Now, the Wheel of Fortune represents fate, destiny, okay, as well as our luck and good fortune. And the reverse position, this can feel like we're going through repetitive cycles, like we're just going through the same thing over and over and over again. So it's possible that you and your person kind of went through a repetitive cycle, maybe on and off again sort of deal, where there was a lot of miscommunication, perhaps some kind of betrayal that was taking place, and maybe you gave them more than one chance in the past. They do have this beautiful reconciliation energy. So this is like forgiveness and a willingness to try again. So I'm feeling that for some of you, perhaps you did try again with this person on more than one occasion. I have the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords is all about communication, clarity as well. In the reverse position, this is confusion, like I was saying, miscommunication going on. There's like a disconnect, and it can also represent someone who isn't being completely honest. In the reverse position, it can also represent the fact that there might not be any communication going on between you and your person at this time, or little communication. I'm going to further clarify this reading with Island Time Wellness. We have self-indulgence, focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I like to see this energy because we're moving on from some pretty tough times here in the past, focusing more on ourselves and allowing ourselves an opportunity to heal. I'm sorry, it's focusing in and out like that. We have seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. Okay, so for some of you, this betrayal energy here could have been in the form of a third party entering your situation. I have acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Stop the pattern. So like I was saying, for some of you, you may have gone through repetitive cycles with this individual where we were going through like the same things over and over again. Maybe they were making you feel like you were competing against others. For some of you, perhaps this wasn't a literal third party. For some of you, maybe your person just had a wandering eye, was constantly trying to make you jealous or something like that. I have boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Now this card is very similar to the Six of Swords, where we're moving on from something, we're leaving something in the past, we're trying to move on to a brighter, healthier future. And then we have addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. Now we have another card here that is offering that same energy as this codependency card over here. Okay, very similar to the devil energy. All right, so someone who's struggling with codependency and perhaps was struggling with some kind of addiction. I'm going to further clarify this reading with my own love oracle, my Andromeda Skies love oracle. If you would like one of these for yourself, you can find it in my Etsy store, and I'll have that link down below in the description. Please clarify this reading for Capricorn. What's going on in their situation? We have, I don't know what I want. So there's some confusion here in this situation. Do we really want to just move on? There might be some attachment still with this person here. But there's some confusion, not really knowing. Maybe this person didn't really know what they want. Maybe they kind of, left you confused, not knowing where the two of you stood. We have destiny is taking us down different paths. All right, so this can be an energy of the world kind of just, getting between the two of you, sending you off in different directions. Could be a job, could be going away to school. There could have been a person that got between you. And we have I miss you. Yeah, this person is thinking about you at this time, right? Thinking about this energy, wanting to reconcile, hoping for another chance. You deserve better than me. So this is recognition of anything that they have done wrong in this connection. If they betrayed you in some way, this is them recognizing that and knowing that you deserve better than the way they treated you. And then we have, I check on you from afar. Okay, I was getting that energy from the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so that's an energy of someone who's kind of, trying to find out information about you, seeing how you're doing, things like that. I feel like perhaps they're not finding all the information that they are looking for. Okay, but they want to see how you're doing. And I feel that that's without really communicating or communicating very little. Alright, Capricorn, these are all of the energies that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe. Consider leaving me a comment down below. I do appreciate that, and I will see you next time.